So I've always thought about the idea about the head moving, right? Because you know when you watch the guys on tour, they're definitely swaying a bit with the head with the driver, right? Kind of get behind the ball, ready to kind of get that club traveling level or up a little bit as they hit the ball. High launch, low spin, the ball travels further, right? But when you're hitting mid irons, when you're hitting wedges, long irons as well, anything off the ground, there's an emphasis on hitting the ground in the same spot. So the low point has always got to be sort of 4 or 5 inches after the ball. And the best players are able to do that again and again and again. So the idea of the head moving around a lot when you're hitting your irons with the ball on the ground, where you've got to be very precise, it's just not going to cut it. Your low point is going to be too inconsistent, right? So I always remember the story, I think I read it in his book, literally in Jack Nicholson's book, Golf My Way, and he said his coach, Jack Grout, used to grab his hair to keep his head still, because if he was moving around, he used to walk up and literally grab his hair to give him the feeling of not moving around, right? So what's going on with you is you're doing most of your swaying before you actually are moving the club. So you've got so much pressure on that back foot before you even start moving the club. So, if someone comes in and they're hooking it, I'm going to try and get them to fade it. Not that I want them to fade it, it just zeroes it out. If someone's coming in and slicing it, coming over the top and slicing it, I'm going to try and get them to hook it. Not because I want them to hook it, but it's the fastest way to get them closer to zero with the path, right? So if you're doing this with your head in your takeaway and your head's ending up over your back foot and you got, what did we say on the pressure, Matt? 88% of the pressure on your back foot and you haven't even moved the club yet. For me, you've got to feel like that head is going over the front foot. Not to say I want your head going over the front foot, but you see how that completely changes your spine angle. Like as you start moving the club, you actually start moving the club and you've got, let's say 10 degrees of side bend in your shoulders as you start moving the club. Whereas over here, the head's drifted so much, you got too much sway, too much pressure on the back foot. Now you've got, what do we say, 23 degrees of side bend before you start moving. So try moving over your front foot.